to the designs of William Stout, who worked on the movie. That's how they went around this. That's why they're calling it the William Stout collection. So this is not. I mean, I doubt they were able to use the likeness of Dolph Lundgren. So they've done kind of a. It looks like Dolph Lundgren, but it's not exactly Dolph.
But it's not exactly him.
Yes. Yeah. But his outfit is friggin' amazing. It is the best quality, I think, that I've seen from Super 7 since they've taken over the Masters Universe Classics line. You told him his plastic feels good. He's not super duper shiny. He's got a lot of looks like his paint is back.
Yep.
It looks like his paint is
He has a blaster?
Yeah, in the movie he used the gun.
He used the gun
multiple times, right?
Yeah. In fact, there's another gun that comes with the figure, Marlena Glenn, that she comes with a movie rifle, which He-Man picks up. So if you steal that from her and give it to him, you can recreate one of the most one of the looks from the movie. Comes with a cloth cape, which is, I don't know if we've ever seen soft goods in classics, but it works really well with this guy, I think. I'm pretty impressed. I'm going to get the next one out of the way because this is another figure that it's very cool, but it's a character from the movie that I never really cared for. Karg, we've already got a Karg, but it was before they had the license to do this stuff. So this is basically a movie accurate repaint of Karg. The first one they did, they got around because he appeared in a comic book, so they gave him his comic book colors. So I haven't taken him out of the package. So he's fairly cool. No, going back to He-Man now, just real quick. I mean, his weapons are very well painted, very well done. His scabbard on the back. I mean, under his cape, if you look at this, it's all sculpted back there. This is just a quality figure. He-Man comes with a second head that I don't quite get. I don't know what they were going for here. It looks a little weird to me.
That's 80s hair metal, Dolph Lundgren.
It's the same hair as the other metal.
It's like he's kind of mad, I think.
Yeah, or maybe more cartoony. Maybe it's a more stylized.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
I won't be using that head.
Yeah.
It's like a pooping head.
It does
Now,
look like a pooping head.
Between the next two figures, these might be the two gems of this whole thing. I'm going to pass out the regular Skeletor, the Frank Langella Skeletor, who is just thumping badass.
Voiced by James Earl Jones.
Yeah, sure, something like that. He looks so cool. There's so much detail. I mean, look at the detail in his robe. There's little skulls. There's little, just, I don't know how to put it. He's just tough. He would look cool. Now, that guy almost would fit in with the Mythic Legion.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Eric Munoz says, it was a freaking miracle that Super 7 pulled it off.
Well, we'll see.
Marcello's digs this He-Man.
Eric bought all four, he said.
He did?
Yep.
He didn't originally, though. You had to go to Big Bad Toy Store or something, didn't you, Eric? Anyways. And then that brings us to the last figure in this one, which is the one I think almost everybody really, really, really wanted. And that is God Skeletor. At the end of the movie, he turns into, he has the power, and he's gold, and he's got this ridiculously extravagant headdress on, and this is the God Skeletor version of him. Basically a repaint of the other figure, from what I can tell, with a new head sculpt to service that headdress or that almost crown adornment he has, and it is freaking amazing, man. I gotta say, if this is to show what's gonna come from Super 7, the Turtles line and the Conan stuff, I am so excited for.
Yeah, I'm going to agree because this is a shining example of knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even, like, for me, the movie doesn't mean a lot to me, and even though I saw it in the theater as a kid.
You did?
Yep,
I didn't.
I did. These figures are just really well done. Painted. The He-Man one was the one that I was probably least... I take that back. Karg, obviously.
Yeah, Karg.
Just because we already have it. But the He-Man was the one I was least excited about. And even just looking at the one you got here, I'm like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, they did a great job with it.
Yeah,
So
they did. He's cool. He's
Motu
really-
fans will rejoice.
They will.
And from the sounds of it, they are.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody complaining.
Yeah.
I really haven't, which is... If there was something to complain about, Motu fans would be doing it.
True.
Eric would be doing it. Eric Munoz would be complaining.
Yep.
He's all in on the Conan stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that Conan stuff's going to be great.
so...
It'll be really good.
That's it for me, guys.
Man, that's a toy haul.
It is.
That is a toy haul.
It is.
Who brought the best toy?
Me.
Me.
I think I'm going with Pete.
What? Oh, that? Oh, the Casey Jones.
That hound is second for me. That hound is amazing.
I love Hound.
The Casey's just awesome.
Well, it's hard. I mean, you're talking about production versus custom. I mean, that's
And then
obviously
there's obviously
apples and oranges.
and then there's obviously Blast Attack. I mean,
Wow.
he is
Right.
friggin' amazing. We got anything else we need to do?
You know what? I think that really wraps it up.
At some point, we're gonna have to get back to talking at least some comics. We gotta talk every now and again. About
I
comics.
just haven't been reading a ton.
I've been reading a ton, but it's all novels, man.
Yeah.
I got one thing before we wrap.
Oh, okay, great.
Um,
You know what else we need to get back to? Not to cut you off there, Steve.
no, I like it.
Pete's top tens.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or maybe it's Steve's top tens now. If I remember right, the last time you guys battled, I think Steve kind of blew you out of the water, Peter.
Well,
I don't recall.
I don't know. This isn't a normal what do I want to say, segment on the show, but I have done this before. I did this
Oh shit.
through Steve's eyes.
Through Steve's eyes.
Yeah,
We need some
Steve's
theme
eyes.
music for
Yeah,
that.
fucking pour yourself a hot cocoa and get a blanket. Get ready for the butter.
If you remember, I did movies through
Multiplicity.
Steve, Multiplicity, where I
14 Michael Keatons.
Andy McDowell, the villain. It was
Dong Wall.
Dong Wall. I wasn't a Through Steve's Eyes.
That wasn't?
No, Through Steve's Eyes is more of it's a take.
What about the Wolf and the Lamb cartoon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that wasn't a
epic.
Through Steve's Eyes.
That
either.
was
This is a
epic.
Through Steve's Eyes. I was sitting down the other day and I was looking for something to watch, and I have fond memories of a 2011 movie called Hull Pass. I'm like, that show's funny. I want to watch it. I like Owen. Was it Owen Wilson? You
Jason
know,
Sudeikis.
I like Jason Sudeikis. Jenna Fisher from The Office is hot. Christina Applegate. You know, it's a good. And I remember just thinking that is funny. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch this. And I got about 15 minutes into it, and I just started getting pissed.
15 minutes in.
Yeah, these bitches in these movies.
Oh shit.
How we got who we got in the shop here? Because I don't know. I don't want to get
You're
into
good.
it. All right. So, what in the hell? So you got these girls. It's obviously Christina Applegate and Jenna Fisher, and they're whining because their husbands are out and about, and every time a hot girl walks by, they look at her. And they're whining and being all surly about it. And they're like, oh, look at them. They're acting like middle school guys. Meanwhile, you find out that they're not giving their husbands any ass. They don't want to give their husbands any ass. In fact, Owen Wilson comes home after he has, I think, a dinner night or something with his wife, trying to kiss her ass to probably get some pussy. And he comes in, and then he's like, oh, the baby's still awake. He's telling her, he says, oh, we get inside, we're going to have a little love time. But he gets there, and the babysitter is still there, and the kids are still awake. And he's like, oh, geez. And he's like, oh, honey, I'll do anything for you. You go upstairs and just do whatever you want. I'll take the babysitter home, and then when I get home, maybe you can possibly give me some freaking attention. So he drives the babysitter home. He gets back, and the kid's still up, and she's being whiny. So what's he do? He says, oh, honey, don't worry about it. I'll go in here, and I'll put the daughter to bed. So then he goes in there, he puts the daughter to bed, and he's all happy because he finally did it, and he's finally going to get some ass. And he goes in there, and she is asleep. What a dumb bitch, because you know what? We find out once he crawls in bed, when she opens her eyes and looks in the camera, she's not asleep. She's just pretending to sleep. That dumb bitch wouldn't give him any pussy, but she's got the freaking gall to bitch when he looks at some other ass. What the hell? Then it gets even worse. They're so annoyed with their immature, stupid husbands, and of course they're the smart ones, and their immature, stupid, dumb middle school husbands are they're so annoyed with them that they decide that their friend, this older lady, suggests to give them a hall pass, which is a week off of marriage. And it's basically a dare. It's basically a, hey, here you go. Let's go see if you can actually hook up with some pussy. And you're going to find out that you're going to want to come home to mama. And so that's exactly what happens. They give both of these guys off a week of marriage. Now, and one thing I have to interject here is, you know what? There's a scene in there, and it's a hilarious scene with Andy Sudeikis, where he's trying to get his wife to give him a little bit of ass.
You're mixing up Jason Sudeikis and Andy Serkis.
Yeah, okay. Jason Sudeikis. He's trying to get a little ass, and he just pats his wife on the head, and she's like, not tonight! And I'm like, oh, God, Christina Applegate, what a bitch. She was such a whore back when she was living with Ted Bundy. But now she don't want to give her freaking husband any ass. The guy who goes to work for her.
Oh my God! He meant Al Bundy. Ted Bundy's a serial killer.
Who gives a shit? You know what I meant.
Never lived with Ted Bundy.
You know what I meant.
She was never sodomized with a
You're
special.
screwing up my flow here.
My bit.
You're screwing. I'll continue. So Andy Serkis is trying to get a piece of ass from Ted Bundy's.
He
daughter.
goes out in the car and jerks off. What a great idea. I think I'm going to do that now, too.
You would go out to your car and jerk off to Ted Bundy.
He goes out in the car, she forces him to hide like a little boy. She can't give him, he goes to work all freaking day for her. She lives in a nice house. He bought her a new minivan. He even has a boat, they mentioned. And she isn't happy enough to just give him a little bit of pussy. What the fuck? Then, the worst part of this movie, is they show these guys bumbling, trying to get these girls, and when they finally do, Jason Sudeikis doesn't even have the guts to actually go down on this girl, so he fake chows her. He fakes it. He makes the noise. He uses his fingers or something because he doesn't want to. He finally gets his shot, and then Owen Wilson has got the hottest woman in front of him, bearing her breasts, and what's he started thinking about? His wife and kids and how he can't go through with it. But you know who does get fucked? Christina Applegate. She gets some attention by some fucking kid with some rock-hard abs and a baseball player that's 20 years her junior, and she lays and spreads her legs and gives him some fucking ass. She gives that asshole sex. The only one who actually has an affair in this whole fucking movie is fucking Christina Applegate. What a goddamn whore.
What do you expect? She was raised by Ted Bundy.
And then, in the end, they all get together because they realized how they can't live without their wives. At one time, Jason Sudeikis thinks that his wife was in a car accident, and he is literally pulling his fucking hair out because he's so worried about the wife that he loves so much who's got semen dripping down her leg from a 19-year-old kid. What the fuck? This movie is horrible. It is horrible. It is not good for women. It's not good for marriage. It's not good for anything. And then when they get together, they're like, oh, let's talk about your hall pass. And he's like, maybe we shouldn't talk about it. And she's like, that's good with me. Yeah, that's right, because you got fucking 19-year-old semen still pouring out of your vag. God, that's a horrible, horrible movie. It made me so pissed watching it. So, if you ever watch Hall Pass, I want you to see it.
Eric Munez says, I'm getting stressed out listening to Steve.
It's not funny. That movie is not funny.
It was funny a few years ago when you watched it. What the hell happened to you?
I don't know what was wrong with me then.
So, would you take a hall pass?
So first off, I gotta say this. So he's saying that, and I'm picturing the music video for Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks. Only it's Steve who's pacing by the window in his favorite flannel gown, like with Courtney, like coming back from somewhere that she never should have been. No, I don't think I could hall pass. I honestly don't. Don't get me wrong. I think I could hall pass, but I don't think I would hall pass. You know, I talk a big game, but in the end of the day, I don't think I'd do it. So,
Steven?
I don't think you have to ask me. In no way I'm going to do a hall pass. There's no way I want a hall pass. I'm fucking pissed because they turn around and look at a girl's ass, but she can ride the cock carousel. What a fucking whore.
You're a monster.
Why?
Oh, for starters, you said she cheats and he doesn't. But you...
if he fingered a girl, he cheated.
Yeah, he said he fingered a girl.
If he's using his finger because he's
because-
fake
But to you, that's not cheating.
No, it's not.
well, that's your
Told you.
that's your problem, not the world's problem.
There's no threat of pregnancy. It's not cheating.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
I don't even think he fingered her, though. He just kind of flapped it around a little bit.
Well, he didn't just make the noise as you described and have her be like, I don't feel anything. So he had to have touched her in some way. That's cheating, Steven.
Flapped it around.
like a kitten with a little ball of yarn. He just kind of batted it
You
around.
gotta flap it around.
Just bat it around.
Oh, gosh.
He didn't do what she did. He's gonna have to raise someone else's kid.
Asking for a miracle,
How did it end?
hoping she's not right.
It ended with them saying we're not going to talk about our hall pass. But I think the actual punchline is something happened, and then it just shows him telling her. I fake chowed somebody. I think he does end up telling her.
The one thing I remember from that movie, I remember not really enjoying it, and I
Yeah.
remember it being disappointing. But I remember I don't remember what Jason Sudeikis' character's name is.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Hey, how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Hi, how you doing?" And introduces himself.
Yeah, when they're out working their asses
Yeah.
off for their family.
At Applebee's, yeah, they're working real hard.
No,
at Applebee's.
in that scene, I think Owen Wilson is showing a house because he's a realtor, and Jason Sudeikis walks up to him and is trying to sell insurance, and that's how he tries to sell insurance to the clients that are working with Owen in that scene. So they're out there working for their families for no pussy. I just hate how surly the women are in the whole damn thing about these pigs, but they're freaking whores. Because Jenna Fisher almost gets plowed by somebody too.
Almost.
Yeah, she doesn't actually go through with it,
Right.
but
Right. So you don't go to jail for murder for almost killing somebody. So you know.
I'm just saying, you can't sit there and be like, oh, these boys are so horrible, but I won't give them any pussy. But if someone else, other man, that isn't supporting my ass and fathering my children and coming home and putting the baby to bed just to try to get a little bit of love, oh, I'll give him pussy. I'll consider that.
So considering it is cheating, but fingering is not. Okay. Totally plausible. Totally plausible.
Through Steve's eyes.
Eric says no. No to the hall pass.
I don't ever want to hear Eric actually speak again. I only want to hear you speak for him.
Damon's wife agrees with Steven.
Yeah! See? Women love me.
So, what part does she agree with? She agrees that you bring home the bacon you need to be putting out because good for Damon if that's the case.
All right, anyway.
You know what I watched last night?
What'd you watch?
Baywatch.
Okay, I'm just
The new movie?
Yeah.
The one with The Rock? And
Yeah. I always kind of wanted to watch it, but it never was, I
Funny,
wasn't
isn't it?
going to go to the theater. I thought it was really funny.
I really enjoyed it.
Heidi laughed really hard, but she had a little bit of a buzz going, so... I mean, it was obviously over the top, but it was like, it poked fun at the, the
original.
TV series, and,
The hot chick is in Hall Pass.
Oh, she was like the babysitter.
She's the babysitter
I love her. I
Yeah.
got a huge crush on her since come on, True Detective, season 1. Oh my gosh, I've
Want to come
always
over?
had a
No,
crush on her.
I look at Ken tonight. I was gonna let you put it in my butt, and he just hangs up and drives over there. I enjoyed that movie. I was actually not gonna bring it up because I've been accused more than once of bringing up about how hot I think Zac Efron is, and in that movie he is hot.
Yeah,
So-
he was completely shredded in that. He's a little dude though.
Yeah, but anybody's little next to the Rock.
True.
He's
That guy
little.
he gets his balls and wiener stuck in the.
Who's that guy, by the way?
I don't know, but I love him. He steals the show in a lot of those scenes. in
Yeah,
my
and
opinion.
it's the only movie I've ever seen him in. Ever.
I haven't watched it.
It was like either producer's kid or something, or
Oh,
you haven't watched it?
No.
it's worth it, dude. It really
It's
is.
something I've kind of wanted to. I just haven't taken the time to do
It
it.
was on demand, so
Yeah.
I watched it, and it's The Rock. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he's funny.
super funny, and he's funny in this. It had a different vibe too than I knew that.
But he's funny, but he does take his job as a lifeguard very serious.
very serious.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson.
The women in that.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. That blonde. She must be a
The
swimsuit model or
Yep,
something.
and the brunette. I mean, geez, oh Pete. The black girl. They're all just man.
Pamela is in it right at the end, and if I remember right, she passed this last year. Or within the last 2 years. Pamela
Pamela
Anderson.
Anderson? I don't think
she's
so.
not dead.
Farrah
not?
Fawcett did.
Are
You
you
think
sure?
of Farrah Fawcett?
No, I'm thinking of Pamela Anderson.
Ah,
I coulda swore she passed
Look it
away.
up, Pete. You looking
I'm
it up?
looking it up. I'm on it.
Then we gotta end the show. I'm getting sick of this shit.
I'm trying to see what else Ronnie's been in.
So you're looking that up right now, so I should go look up Pamela Anderson?
Oh, jeez.
Is Pamela Anderson dead?
I just want to end. I just want to push it off. Play the music. She's only 52.
Yeah.
That's it. She's only 10 years older than me. She probably looks like a piece of chewed up leather.
She looks pretty rough.
Yeah.
She died last year. I know she did.
You said it really, really
Yeah.
well. She passed.
She passed.
It was real like.
I remember the day like it was yesterday.
when she. It was a hard day when she passed.
I know where I was when the first tower was struck by the plane, and I know where I was when we lost Pamela Anderson.
So stupid.
I
You're the dumbest podcast.
I remember where I was when I found out that Rick Allen lost his arm. That was actually a Legion's cast callback, wasn't it? That was my fault.
Can I play the music?
I don't know.
Oh shit! Corn Boy's watching us.
Corn Boy! Well,
He's
geez.
got a message from the master horseman himself, the wrangler of the 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's watching us. Hi. So,
All right. Can I play the music?
is it time?
Yeah, it's time.
What are we watching other than Baywatch?
Come
And
on.
Hall Pass, for the love of God.
You guys saw the trailer for Morbius, I'm guessing.
Nope.
Oh.
I saw the picture of him. Is it played by the Joker?
No, it's
Leto?
played by Jared Leto. who
Yeah,
played
that's
the
what I meant.
Joker once.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It looks good.
But-
Yeah.
Well,
Did you watch it?
It's not Heath Ledger
Did you watch it?
because he unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. So I watched it.
I could have sworn Pamela Anderson died, okay?
I watched it with you in your office.
Yeah.
You showed it to
We were
me.
working hard,
We
yeah.
were working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heath Ledger and Michael J. Fox died on the same day.
What'd you think?
Yeah, Michael J. Fox is still alive. So
What'd you think of Morbius?
I think John Ritter and Johnny Cash died on the same day, which was a rough day for Johns. But, well, it's always a rough day for Johns when you get caught. Hey ho!
Hobby Lobby said she ain't dead.
Yeah, it's because Hobby Lobby's not a fucking moron like us. I should say.
Eric Munez goes, hey, ask Cornboy how much they charge to commission a 7-inch action figure. I think we know. I mean, they did it once already. It was $10 grand.
10 grand.
I don't think the 4 Horsemen are actively seeking commissions.
No.
You know what we need to do to get some business in here? Commissions.
I don't know, the way you voice him, he could be like goblin size, so maybe it isn't as much, you know?
7 inches is how tall he is.
Right.
I love Eric.
Yeah.
You know my favorite conversations with Eric? Hey, how much for this? And more than you want to pay. And he's not cheap. He's got great toys and stuff, but that dude likes to make deals. He likes to make deals.
He's a lot like Justice Curry, only we like him. You know what I mean?
Big difference.
Right.
Big difference.
All right, well, we're wrapping up episode 1.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, we're not.
We got questions.
We got questions.
Oh, shit. We're already at 2 hours.
Oh,
This will be
we've
quick.
got questions. We've got answers, Stephen.
This will be quick.
Oh, my God.
There wasn't that many.
Just kill this show.
You want to just pretend Travis to do the questions like this?
Like 5 hours of podcasting, people.
Been a long day.
It's been a long day.
Been a long
It's
day.
Saturday.
Okay. So I said podcasting Saturday morning. I posted this last night, so I wanted to give people a lot of time to ask questions.
Right.
We got 5. So the fact that we're going live on YouTube obviously played a little bit on this, but Jonathan Robert Navarro says, I want to know what the collective average blood sugars of all 3 hosts are at the beginning of the podcast and just prior to the end.
I don't check my blood sugar.
Ever. Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
My last blood work said I was fine with blood sugar.
mine did too. Not the one prior, but my last one. After I got on the diet pill.
Oh, you've had a blood... Must be recent.
Yeah.
So 90 days? Normally your first one's 90 days out. Good
No,
job.
it was sooner. It was sooner than that. I did the first one, and then it's like I don't know, whatever. Eric Brink said, "Hey, why the f didn't you Ass Monkeys video the auction from the toy swap party? That was some funny shit.
Yeah, we should have. That would have been smart
That
to
would've
do.
been smart.
You know, it would have been even smarter. Maybe one of the 25 other people that were there could have done it. Because let's be honest, Pete couldn't do it
Right.
because he was the auctioneer.
True.
I couldn't do it because I was bidding on everything
True.
I was
and winning most of it.
True.
And Steve was.
eating. I was eating at the time. Come on. I was hungry.
And Steve was eating.
I was hungry.
Joseph Corzine said, do they no longer do in-stock sales, store sales for Mythic Legions?
Of course I do.
Seems like either I am missing them or they're not having them. It has been a while since one. The last 2 waves, I think, came very close to each other, and it seemed like maybe they were waiting.
Right.
They didn't do Siege because they were waiting to do Wasteland around the same time.
Doing all one big sale.
Yeah, I think so.
That.
Yeah. So, and we don't know that for a fact, Joseph, but I'm sure that's probably what's going on. Tim Sawyer said, do you know what Justice Curry's YouTube channel is? I didn't catch it last episode.
No, I'm trying to recall. I never remember. It's fuckmylife.com or some shit. I don't remember. It's bad.
That dude is a whore. Okay? He's a straight up
He puts
whore.
it out there.
He is always putting it out there.
God.
I don't know if you've noticed, but now he starts, when people are picking on him about putting it out there on our page, he will then add a link to another one of his videos.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
That's actually kind of
Can we all agree that he blew it? He blew our audition. Like that's the reason that we're a no.
our audition.
Yeah, that we teased a little bit
Oh.
and never followed up on.
I guess we could talk about that now.
Can we all agree that it's his fault that we
Oh
didn't
yeah,
get the
it's his
nod?
fault. Of course, it's his fault.
So I'll forever be bitter about that. To him.
Could have been watching us on Planet Earth or something.
Major network television.
I don't know.
Well, you can watch us on Planet Earth right now. We're on Planet Earth and you're watching us, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So
All right,
all right.
that's it.
Oh, I forgot.
Son of a bitch.
I forgot. I'll just talk over
You got
him.
me so screwed up. I played the Potu music
Oh, great.
just for a couple
Now we're gonna have more
seconds.
people come over and say Steve's your favorite host, even though they ever listen to us. Wrapping up episode 165, the My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me podcast. Stephen Machadi's the host. Travis Bowles the co-host. I am Pete McCarthy. Until next time, we'll see you guys in the toy aisle. Pop. Pippity pop.
I screwed that up too.
Pippity pop 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 pop.
Yeah, I screwed the music up too. Sorry.
Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Thanks for jumping over from part 1 to part 2, or assuming that was a time issue. That's why they broke it into 2 parts. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We appreciate the interaction. We appreciate you. And if you want to, throw us a couple of dollars. Patreon.com/My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me podcast. Can cost you $1, $5, $10. Full frontal nudity.